Imagine moving to a new country where you're completely unfamiliar with the language and culture. This is what happened to James Huang when he was 15 years old. I'm here to tell you the incredible journey of when James moved from Shanghai, China to Virginia to go to boarding school. In China, it's common for parents to send their children to America to get an education. Although this isn't what James wanted, he was told by his parents that this is what was going to be happening to him. He didn't want to leave, but he took the 16-hour plane flight all by himself from China all the way to Virginia. The first time he stepped foot in America, he was completely alone in getting ready to start his freshman year of high school. He was in a totally new place where he was unfamiliar with the culture and wasn't comfortable speaking the language. Freshman year didn't make this any easier for him. He had a hard time making friends because he was nervous about speaking English and that people wouldn't be able to understand him. He wasn't comfortable with the language, and this just made it even more difficult for him. Sophomore year is when this finally started changing. He met somebody who was a completely positive influence on him. This was his ESL, or English Second Language teacher. This teacher encouraged him to make friends and helped him become more comfortable with the language. Because of this, James decided to join the JV basketball team. The JV basketball team allowed him to play a sport he was passionate about and make friends outside of his classrooms. He had people he wasn't afraid to communicate with and that he could have fun with. He stopped being so scared of talking to other people and became more comfortable. He started thinking of America as his home rather than somewhere he was forced to be for an education. When he went home to Shanghai during the summers, he even began to miss America and his American friends. It's strange to think that 5 years ago, James stepped foot in America for the first time. He was unfamiliar with the culture and the language, and he was totally afraid to make friends. But now he's a finance major at Pepperdine with a group of friends that he's completely comfortable with. Although he plans to move back to China, he's very thankful for the education that he got and the freedom an American education gave him. He doesn't regret coming to America because of the relationships that he's formed. Although he knows that when he moves back to China, he'll have to assimilate back into the culture, he's not as afraid as he was when he moved to America because of the experience he's gotten. Throughout the last 5 years, he's remained level-headed and positive, which truly speaks to his character. Whenever James goes back to Shanghai, he sees the same places and people, yet everything seems completely new. Like Nelson Mandela said, there's nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find ways in which you yourself have altered. I think James has altered in some incredible ways.